I need your bike.
We got a 1081 in Central Authority.
Hey, Z, where you at?
Go away, Carl. I'm very, very busy back here. Top secret stuff, not for your eyes. Too sensitive.
Come on, homie, where are you?
I said go away, Carl. I don't need any friends today. Thank you.
Then them some pretty strong draws.
Yes, my hero. Carl, he came back and humiliated me. I shall probably turn to prostitution now, where I will be found dead and broken. I am a 28-year-old man whose landlord just helped him down from a hook from which I had been hanging from my underwear, contemplating my inadequacy for nearly 2 hours. Ow, my crack.
Look, you gotta get even, homie. What kind of weapons you got?
I've got a prototype of a miniature plane.
Well, with that plane, we gonna go humiliate Burke.
Okay, cool.
Man, this is ridiculous.
That went right up my crack. Berkeley has his sycophantic lackeys do all his deliveries. Well, we shall hit him where it hurts the most. Bring his mail-order model business to its knees. Launch the Red Baron.
You see, my clothing company, Low Down, home of the G, says this. I love reefer. It's the rules if you're a rapper.
Wow, those sound like some great rules. You know, you get a lot of flack in the media.
1 down, 4 to go.
Rap is misogynistic posturing by fake-ass idiots who spend more time in drama school than they ever did pimping or hustling dope. Well, I assure you, OG Loc is the real thing. He's hated women all his life. He's sold drugs to school children. He's murdered innocent people just for kicks. But he rhymes like an angel. And I...
Only 3 delivery boys left.
Big Smoke is doing a lot for the community, or to it. He sounds like a great guy. So, I want to get in on this rap thing. Do I have to break dance, you know, do the windmill? Hey, can you body pump?
Come on, Laszlo. You know OG ain't no playboy. I ain't down with that shit. It ain't gangster. I walk the walk. You know what I'm saying?
Fresh. Yo, I'm down. I'm into walking too, but I was thinking maybe we could have a break-off, you know? I could spin on my back.
You being funny?
I'm trying to be.
Watch it, fool. I warn you. I got the street, boy. I got a rap. Me and my man Smoke, we took over. I've been gangbanging since I was 3. Ice cold killer.
Excuse me? Gangbanging? I never understood that. I mean, other guys in the room while you're... Ugh.
I'm ice cold, bitch. Don't make me dump on you, G. I'm the streets, man. I am gangster. I'm taking rap in a whole new direction. From now, it's about making words rhyme. And I'm going toe-to-toe with you in a minute.
Why do you rappers get so worked up? You're rich. You've won. Stop shooting at each other. You know what, dude? Everyone has a street in front of their house.
There's 2 left now, Carl. Hunt it down!
Huh, bitch? You down? You mark-ass bitch, punk, trick, buster, fool!
I don't know what you said, but hey, this ought to calm you down. I brought you some malt liquor.
You's a buster fool. Lucky I I'll hang you out the window or churn you out, cause I'm also a pimp. Including dudes, I'll pimp anything. You hear me?
Oh, dude, I hear you loud and clear, man. You will pimp anything. Listen, how many hot women need a man? Because, I mean, it's kind of been a dream of mine to sleep with housewives.
Are you dissing my hoes, bitch?
No, dude. Your hoes are bitches. Your hoes are bitches.
You a buster. What are you?
I'm a buster. I'm a buster. Whatever that is. Dude, put the gun away.
Don't diss my scrap.
I love your scrap. You're a great guy. Look, I'm just coming down off the 80s. But please, don't shoot me, homie.
Relax, fool. No one's getting dumped on. I'm a warrior poet. I tell a cautionary tale about life on the streets, you know?
Only too well. That was OG Loke. Hey, man, it's been a real pleasure. Straight. Yeah. Good luck with the music. Hope you can make a killing. We'll see you next time. Maybe I'll get to take some callers like I want. If WCTR wasn't holding me back, man, this is...
Only choice we have.
So that's how you're going to be entertained.
One more and Berkeley's mail order department is finished.
I was driving him to practice. I guess I was busy making eyes at the guy driving next to me. I didn't notice he was sticking his head out the window, his blonde hair blowing in the wind.
Honey, Vince's hair was black.
That's not the point. We're lucky he was adopted, so we just got another. It's my life, and I don't want to forget anything.
Documenting every moment of life is very important. Take plenty of pictures of your wife. You never know when she might leave you for another man. It's important to document your happiness while it lasts. And use Vakari Film. When your son wins the game, when your daughter gets herpes. Vakari Film. Memories are forever.
Area 51 next. Don't say we...
Now get her back home in one piece before she runs out of fuel.
To beat you up in school. Are goldfish really communist spies? I'm Marvin Trill. This is Area 53. I'm broadcasting live from my mobile home in the desert. I'm telling you, it's hot like alien balls in here. Going to the conspiracy lines.
Hi, my name's Adam First. I've been doing some much-needed surveillance in the desert while hang gliding. I've noticed a peculiar trailer compound where a man is running around in a spacesuit conducting weird rituals with Domestify.
What? Well, he probably wants you to leave him alone. Get a real hobby, like pretending to be someone on TV. But next, caller.
It's me again.
You.
Now, come on, man. Tell the people about the desert. How come there's something missing? The map you think's missing ain't a real map, and that's what they feed us. That, female hormones, and muscle brain.
I hear you on that one.
Well, I'll call back when I got proof. You better not be tracing this call.
I don't trace calls. Everything in life should be anonymous. I tell my various partners that all the time. Rick from Blueberry Acres, what do you think?
Islam.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Craps.
Truth is wisdom, brother. And brother, wisdom works. That's why we made it up.
Well, you and I have a lot in common. Vivian is calling in from Carcer City and wants to talk about crop circles.
Oh, wow. I never thought I'd actually make it on the show.
Is that because you have a girl's name? Well, here's a conspiracy. Your mom hates you.
Holy shit, how'd you know that?
Next caller.
My name is Neil.
Smell it. You know that ozone smell. Smells like victory.
You know anything about the crack conspiracy?
Dirty and used like a sex object.
I'll tell you what makes me feel icky. The fact I haven't washed in 2 months. Whatever you do, trust no one. Next caller.
My name is 632369439.
Well, that's not a very original name. I didn't know robots listened to this show.
We know what you are doing to my Domestify brothers and sisters.
Enough of that, little guy. Sounds like you've been programmed for evil. All right, let's get to the real meat and potatoes. Newsmen lying to our face about weather balloons. Historians ignoring my proof that WW2 didn't happen. The FDA infiltrated by the very device they're supposed to regulate. Look, mind control devices. But we'll have to leave that for now. You are leaving Area 53. You've been abducted. Until next time, stay alert. They're after you.
You're leaving.
See, baby, I got everything. Mink sheets, Mink coats, mink curtains in the window. When I walk down the stairs, I'm walking down on mink carpet. Now who's this trick? I don't need no more friends, baby. All they try to do is peel me from my hoe.
Nah, it ain't about them. It's all about you, player. I heard you was the man with the hookup, and you was the man I needed to see. I'm offering my services.
Say what?
Yes, sir. See, I'm new in town. Anything you want, I can do. For a guy like me to work with, to work for a guy like Jizzy B?
Well, now that you mention it, I do have a slight problem. Something a little dumb muscle like yourself might be able to fix. Cause you see me, I'm intellectual. Bitches, y'all walk on down to the bar and fix a pimp a drink. See, I only got 2 eyes, and in these streets, you got to have more than that. You got to be like a flying shit, you know? 100 eyes everywhere. Now some lunatic been fucking with my bitches. Motherfucker killed 2 last week. I want you to go find out.
No problem. You're my player partner now, Jizzy.
Wait up! Mr. C to the J! See that pretty young thing in my car? Drop her off at the hotel downtown. Use my car phone and give me a ring-a-ding when you're done. And watch the rims, player! Treat that baby like the Pope Mobile.
Flashes, okay? Taking a pause from men, huh? You know I should try. For your face, drinking just...
Uy, what a strong bitch.
Took milk baths and cereal.
Ever had half and half with a sucia like me?
Yeah, go on.
I'll do things your ruca won't.
I'm listening, honest.
I'm no slut, but I need the feria.
Uh-huh, real interesting.
Whatever, puto.
Gardening, I want you to join in on the fun. When you stick your hands in the mystery of nature, pull out a juicy. Hello, Mike from Prickle Pine in Los Venturas.
Hey, Maurice, first-time caller. My name's Mike. I work on my lawn and garden all weekend long because I got this raging edibles complex. And I like drinking beer and riding around on the lawnmower, too, because, you know, the vibrations are kind of cool. But...
Later, ese.
Hey, Jizzy, it's Carl. I just dropped off your girl.
Church, got a little errand for you to run before you deal with that problem I was just talking about. Some young buck thinks he's a player, been trying to peel my hoes over in Hashberry. Now, one of my girls over there just eyeballed the punk. I want you to get your ass over there and ice that pretender.
Just pave it over with cement or asphalt or whatever. Listen, I have the Maurice Mansion completely covered in astroturf. Which, by the way, is particularly handy for big football players come over and have a little midnight match of ultimate dips in the earth. When your lawn is beautiful and green all year long, you can focus on the important matters that you can drink. Gardening with Maurice is sponsored by the Happy Farmer. Yahoo! If you're afraid someone will steal your tomatoes, why not grow tomatoes in your closet doors? The Happy Farmer, hydroponics, and more. Next door to Blotto's. I'm Maurice. Until next time, dig a hole and plant yourself.
Here comes my player. Now you in real trouble.
This is my track, sucker.
Talk is cheap, especially on this station.
Hey, it's CJ. Just to let you know, you don't have to worry about no competition in Hashberry.
Worried? Did I say I was worried? No, I did not. Now to the real deal. Some of my girls in the Foster Valley been getting knuckled over. I want you to get your ass up there and nose around. Find out what's going on.
A lager man. And with the new 80-bottle trunk pack, you've got enough for the evening. Last night, I crapped in my bed and pissed in the closet. Hey, it's happy hour somewhere.
Lager brings out the patriot in you.
Now it's the couple who each thinks the other is screwing America. I Say You Say is next with the Phillips.
I'm Dr. Phillips, and I'm liberal.
Get to a 10-step program,
That's
Len.
12 steps.
Yeah, you only deserve 10. I'm also Dr. Phillips, and I'm conservative. Today on the show, is it okay to talk to people we were at war with once?
And the skyrocketing price of television.
And we talk to people without health care who are genuinely happy not to be burdened with it. It's political debate and discussion from the right and the wrong side of the tracks.
Let's go to the...
Mr. Jizzy, it's CJ.
You's a bad luck charm, flunky. That girl you dropped off downtown wants out of the game. Her sugar daddy wants to take her off the streets. Nobody turns my hoe. You get your ass back to the hotel, and you make an example out of all of them.
Puke a lot here, can't keep a meal down? Boo-hoo! What do you expect, sympathy? This is Los Santos.
Well, I guess I better turn the game audio down if we're gonna talk in this one. What is up, the non-existent audience? It's your boy, Little 9-Volt. Wasn't really planning on talking through this, but I feel like it would be entertaining and good content. So here we are. Me and Mr. Grizz. He's watching me play San Andreas, the defunct edition, if you will, as most of the internet calls it.
Yeah, it's like I'm in the corner watching my wife use a strap-on to have sex with a much uglier woman in front of me while I watch.
Now, if you know... No, they don't know. Because I guarantee you, nobody on my channel is on my Facebook. Except the people that were on my Facebook first that I may or may not have forced to join my channel. Listen here, y'all. And this will become apparent, but I'm going to go ahead and address it now. I don't think Grizz... Or no. Hold on. Okay, it don't matter. Listen here. I like the definitive edition. I know y'all already hate me and are unsubscribing now, but listen. I don't know how someone can look at what I'm looking at right now and think that this is not good. To me, this is 10 times better than this is, lines are actually straight, round things are actually round, 60 FPS. Look at that lighting and shading. It is beautiful. The color, I don't know, man. I think y'all are just on crack or something. Yeah, the OG one was amazing
they're
on a
definitely
PS2.
They're definitely on crack, but that's not because of their takes, okay? Their takes is the one good decision that they've made in life. Alright?
Well, obviously, they're on here watching us.
I said their takes, not their watch time. I definitely don't recommend watching this channel. And now that I've said that, now you've been reverse psychology, and so now you're gonna make everybody watch us and subscribe. Hey, subscribe if you think that Mr. 9 is dumb, gay, retarded, and also ugly, solely, and I really can't stress this enough, he really would be a 10 out of 10 if it wasn't for this one thing. Thinks that the Down Syndrome edition of GTA, any of them, is
the whole
superior to the originals. It's like they dug up your puppy after it's died and rotted and decomposed for over a decade. And then they shoved some sticks up in it and put those on strings, and then they're just waving it, dangling it around. It's like, yeah, it is technically your dog, but, there's no life to it, there's no soul, it doesn't come to you and wag its tail, it's just a sad, pitiful attempt to try and cling to an idea of, yeah, this is fine, this is all good. It's the same thing, but it's not. It's also like when people say, oh, the government, dude, it's always bad, it always sucks. It's like, well, I had a lot more money, and the dollar kind of bought a lot more stuff in roughly the area of 2017 to 2020. I don't know what the difference was. Really don't. But there's definitely been a change in the quality of life since, January 6, 2021. I can't quite put my finger on it, I might not even be able to put my ding dong in it, and not because it's of age, or because it's okay. First of all, I'm a Democrat. I voted for Biden, so it is perfectly okay for me to phantom a size about individuals born exclusively after 2012. Do with that information what you will.
But anyways, I mean, this is literally the whole true. They are literally the exact same games. They just look prettier, and that's it.
I bet you're the kind of guy that doesn't find MILFs attractive.
I love
The
MILFs.
skin isn't perfectly tight. Oh, they're not dumb, stupid bimbos. I just can't possibly have sex with this proverbial bottle
I'd rather
of
have a MILF than
finely
someone
aged
my own
wine.
age. Just saying.
I mean, I definitely don't ever want anyone my age. And I'm not saying I'm exclusive to the more mature category. If you're smelling what I'm stepping in.
I
Might be a corpse. Might be out in the woods. Might be in the back of the van. It might even be missing a little bit of that. Allegedly. I can't stress that part enough.
As much as I will defend the definitive edition, I will say I have a list of about 2 or 3 things that are significantly worse than the originals. Like,
they took
legitimately.
out the original music.
That's not even one of them. They did not take out that much. I can honestly tell you, like the only song
was the only stuff that I wanted to listen to.
Okay, well, I don't know what you listened to when you played GTA. I listened to exclusively when I was younger, mind you. I exclusively listened to Radio X and Radio Los Santos. And if I'm being honest with you, I have only noticed one song missing. That's it. And that is Express Yourself on Radio Los Santos by NWA. That is the only song that I have noticed missing. I'm not saying that a bunch of music isn't missing, but obviously I didn't listen to it, so is that impacting my gameplay experience? Not at all.
Well, I mean, it's perfectly fair for you to say that everything that you want is still present in the game and that you're not missing out on anything.
But
I do feel like it's important to recognize and understand that for a significant, not necessarily majority, but a significant enough portion of people are losing out on a part of the experience that they themselves thought was a critical, enjoyable, even nostalgic factor. And they can say, oh, licensing and fees and yada yada. It's Take-Two. Do you understand how much money they have? Do you understand how much money they make on the daily from just shark card sales in GTA 5?
A very sad amount.
Like, I don't know what's
Now listen, I'm Rockstar fanboy all the way. Don't get me wrong, but I ain't buying
making
shark
money
cards.
off OnlyFans, or game developers making money through microtransactions.
What was the first option again?
Women making, well, they're not even women, but double X chromosome individuals selling illicit imagery on the internet, and somehow, for some reason, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Like,
No.
I don't know what's sadder.
I mean,
Not saying they don't have the right to do it. You have the right to do pretty much whatever you want.
I think the
But
sad part of it isn't necessarily the people doing it, but the people buying it and the amount of people that are buying it. I think that's the real sad factor in all of that. It's not necessarily that they're doing their thing and selling it. It's the fact that,
well, it's a kind of double factor because it's like, yeah, it's the retards that are giving them the money, but I mean that doesn't excuse like they wouldn't be doing it as much or in droves if it wasn't for the sad, pathetic simps that give them the money. But at the same time, the majority of the women that I have seen speaking on the matter in this case, they act like that, oh, this is totally normal and legit, and that there shouldn't and won't be any ramifications for publicly eliciting nude photos of yourself on the internet for money. And it's not like there's a super high success rate. Like, if you look at the grand total of every single OnlyFans account and how much of the wealth that OnlyFans brings in is distributed, like 95% of the money is made by the top 1% of OnlyFans girls. So I hear individuals who participated complaining that, oh, I decided to sell my body through the internet. I didn't make any money off of it, and now it's affecting my capabilities of having relationships and making a career. Again, you can do whatever you want, but there are consequences for your actions. I mean, just because you have the right to do,
consequences.
know that you only meant well, said boom, what you said. Anywho, before we get copyright stricken for my amazing vocals. I mean, just to expect everyone else just decide to agree and accommodate to whatever your lifestyle is. It's like, I respect your rights. I don't respect you as a person. Like, don't be a whore. There's plenty of men who would definitely love your company and will gladly take that up. Now, they may or may not have a higher possibility of being criminally inclined, if you will. Some of that's metaphorical, some of it's proverbial, some of it's literal. You take it how you will. There's truth in it somewhere.
Well, back to the main point that brought all this up. Because we talked about music and how my experience with. Alright, I have
Alright,
two
fine, just
more
screw whatever
reasons.
I thought we was having like legit socio-economical discussion that maybe, just maybe, the viewers might enjoy hearing. But fine.
It felt
San
like it was
Andreas
at a closing
could
point.
have been better.
It felt like it was at the end of its run. You stated what you stated, and I don't know what else there was to say about that.
I mean, maybe there was more. Maybe I was hoping to hear your input or opinion on that. And maybe, just maybe, I felt slightly ignored to the topic that I was sincerely discussing by just immediately switching back off of it. I'm just saying.
And like I said, I don't.
Just say women are bad, and then you can talk about how great the definitive edition is.
Women bad. I don't.
Beautiful. Yeah, listen, I'm just trying to make fun. You don't gotta take everything seriously. There's a whole quid pro quo, show to shay. the subversion of the narrative with serious logical conversation. And then, yeah, back to video game though. There be some yucks.
So, anywho's.
We'll need a ride. Mine's getting some body. Alright, don't trip.
Listen, buddy. First off,
Music.
your first question. No, I haven't lost where I was. Well, your first question was, what do you think is worse? Game companies making all their money through microtransactions, or, girls doing OnlyFans? That was the initial question. And then you went off on the whole OnlyFans and top 1% of girls and the, social judgment that comes with...
Now, I didn't say which was worse, but which was sadder, and now I will say on me, bad for not more clearly implying, like, the situation of just company making money or the situation of the OnlyFans industry. But
I mean, I would consider
think
the OnlyFans industry much sadder than the video game industry. Just simply for the nature of what it is.
I agree. I mean, I had that whole laundry list of things to talk about, and then the only thing I can really say about video games is like, well, they make a bunch of money, and it doesn't go back into the games or as properly utilized as it could be most of the times. That's about it. Like, it sucks, but I feel like there's a lot more ramifications to a grand individual level from the mass onto of the OnlyFansism. Doesn't necessarily have to be specifically just that site. I mean, there's plenty of other places they can go and do that.
Your
But
famous porn stars. Your Mia Khalifas, your Chrissy Lynn's, your Ron Jeremy's. Well, except, most normal people do respect Ron Jeremy because he's actually pretty cool.
I mean, it's not even like it's not as much the top doers of it, the ones that made success off of it and is able to market and network with it.
Well, I mean, I did kind of set up a bias there. I'm just saying.
But like, it's just the vast plethora of the women or targeted for is, how many of them have gone off and essentially been sex trafficked and gotten into bad situations, don't even get paid for it, and then how many of them got into it, didn't really make nothing off of it, and then they end up having to deal with the social consequences of people not approving of doing that stuff, having difficult times actually getting into legit real work. And then how many end up getting trapped in doing that kind of stuff with the feeling of not having any other options. Like, I mean, that's definitely. I wish women did not suffer. I know it's pretty based.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and this is pretty based in itself, and may even be offensive, and I really don't care. Whether this can apply to a man or a woman. However, we are applying it to women currently, because that is just where the discussion is.
They are the main targeted material that is affected by the conversation or the topic of the conversation at hand.
If you are able enough to whore yourself out and get paid for it, you're able enough to get a real fucking job. Sorry. You are.
If you're a big enough girl to take an 18-inch dong, whether synthetic or real, on camera, you're a big enough girl to be called a whore by people in public. Now, I mean, that's not a nice thing to do. I'm
not saying that. I'm not saying that it's okay.
We don't go out to people and literally insult them, berate them.
No, I mean, like, that's
we just joke around between the two of us in that situation. Now, I think women who participate in that, the majority of the time, are whores.
Listen, they're
human
all right.
beings. I'm not going to go up to them and just if I recognize someone from a porn or whatever, someone points
I mean, no,
out to
I'm
me,
not
oh,
going to
hey,
do
that
that.
chick. I'm not going to go up to him and be mean or whatever. That's not a very kind thing to do, but
I'm not.
call it
No.
what it is.
See, I'm not going to do, like, I'm not the one out here doing that at all. But what my point is, when you're, as the woman, when you're doing that, and say, because this has been a problem, like, I've seen it on social media, and whatever, because, you know, some of these retired porn stars have attempted to become influencers, which just irks me. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely. Like, that's one of the problems I have with society nowadays, is like, oh, you can just... Someone like that can just be an influencer now, and like, oh yeah, let's listen to this person. What do they like? I like that. Oh. It's like, why? Why are you listening to that? You want to live that lifestyle? Alright, no, we don't even need to get into that right now. Alright, so, like, but it's been an issue where, like, they make a fuss or make a big deal out of, oh, I don't get respected. I'm not respected as a professional, blah, 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 or whatever they're trying to claim. And it's like, well, no. Why would you? You look at what you did. What? That's not a respectable career path. You just have to realize that. No, people aren't going to respect that. That's not respectable.
This does not apply to women who were forced into or very mischievously coerced into in very unfortunate circumstances, which there are several.
No, I'm just talking about Pornhub and like OnlyFans and stuff. I'm not talking about the dark web stuff. I mean, I seriously doubt that there's anything like that going on Pornhub or like XNXX.
There is a lot of young girls who get human trafficked and then eventually sold into the pornographic industry. I'm not saying Mr. Pornhub himself is like going and picking up some little Sally out of Maryland Boulevard in New Jersey and just raping her on camera as a child, but there's a lot of articles, stories, testaments. There's been criminal class action cases that have been prosecuted. There was evidence to support the claims that there were children who were girls who got put into human trafficking, sex trafficking, and then once they were able to pass for an adult, or even worse, I mean, just as a child and sold through more illicit, malicious means, it's then in the porn industry, and they are basically coerced into, you're going to do this or we're going to kill you. Maybe even find your family and kill them too. And again, that's not who we are talking about.
I'm still standing strong on if you just look up normal ass porn, I doubt that you're seeing any of that.
I'm not talking about the individual that is just going to Pornhub and spanking it to whatever's on the front page. I'm saying people who do that stuff and then sell it and upload it to porn sites. And again, as far as all legal definitions go, and the demanded proof in order to convict people is in the dozens and hundreds of cases. Literally 3 years ago, Pornhub had a huge cleaning out, a purging of hundreds and thousands of videos that was found to be in connection with these groups, networks, individuals who was participating in sex trafficking. I mean, it could all be wrong, it could all be a lie. I'm just saying, by every means that we have access and available to, that's happened. I'm not telling you have to go and look it up. It's not a fun rabbit hole
I'm not
to
going
go
to look it
down.
up. I don't look that stuff up. I would like to know as little about that side of the world as I can. I would much rather just be ignorant to it. I know what happens. I know it happens quite frequently all the time, and it can happen anywhere to anyone. I know. But I still don't want to hear about it or read about it. I'm not going out of my way.
I mean, it's not exactly something that I wasn't just like, I wonder how many girls just get raped every day. Googled that and found that rabbit hole. It's just connections of many
How do you go into
collaborated
something like that without it being on purpose, though? I mean, not necessarily. I mean, I don't know what, but I mean,
many times of I go and watch a video about food industry, okay, and then somehow it just brings up some tangent that connects to one little aspect of that broader topic. And then that leads to another video and articles and interviews and court cases and
why do you watch
filings.
those? Why do you read those? You're not doing it on
Because
accident.
well, I'm not saying I decided that, just out of the blue, I'm going to look this up. It's something that got brought up in a completely unrelated topic.
But then you followed it.
And then, yes, because I'm not a coward that's just going to want to pretend like bad things don't happen and not speak up about it.
It's not about
Mr. Good old
pretending it
Chris
don't
Pratt.
happen. It's just...
I didn't say you, but there are individuals that do just be like, oh, no, that ain't a thing. And, there are people who's taking a stance and making a voice out of it. And there are hundreds of innocent people every day who is getting saved from that kind of stuff because enough people acknowledge it, talk about it, and decide to do something about it.
Well, we're not one of those channels.
I didn't say this was one of those channels. I'm just saying.
I mean, we could be. We're an anything channel.
Honestly. I mean, I'm just saying that there's a lot of horrible, messed up things in the world, and the only way that anything can be done about it is with knowledge.
Well,
I happen to have that knowledge. I'm not telling you you have to go and do it. I'm not telling anybody that
I'm
they have
saying,
to go and do anything.
as
This is just stuff that is as factually based as possible. It is real. And no one should be able to deny it. There's a lot of evil people in the world. I don't think it's hard to imagine that this is stuff that can just go on. It's not like it's impossible. It's not like pigs flying.
Well, they do. They have helicopters nowadays.
Hey, they're a beautiful, delicious source of meat and protein to freaking filthy, gosh diddly darn badge brigade.
But no, my thing is, though, as what I would consider a normal person of myself, at least, for the most part, I struggle, like, with just knowing that stuff happens and, like, being okay as a human.
I mean,
like, I definitely don't need more information about it. I know it happens, but I don't,
I mean, that's one of the reasons, that is a supporting reason why I really decided to give up pornography, is because it's a horrible thing that allows and facilitates those horrible things to happen. If there wasn't so many people paying money into doing it, it wouldn't be as lucrative of an industry for these sick, evil people. There would still be individuals who would pay others to go and kidnap children and do whatever to them, but the demand would be a lot less if they weren't making money through such a wide, easily open source environment. Not every single person, that, and also I mainly beat it to hentai back, in my heyday, because no one was actually being done whatever. It's just voice acting and people drawing with one hand, of course, and their non-dominant hand, of course. But I mean, you know, like there's too much going on for me to do and worry about every single thing at all times. I'm not rich or famous or have power and influence, but I can at least do what I can to just avoid feeding in to that market. I'm not saying that people who do spank their meat is just like, yeah, I just love children being raped. But I mean, that is a way to make an impact on it, of just not giving them more online traffic, ad revenue, not having as many numbers. Again, it doesn't make a difference, but at least I'm not contributing to it.
Moved to the United States. This may explain the cowardly attack of the blood-feather tribe.
Well, you know.
That's just me.
There may be some trouble ahead.
The Shifu would like a package retrieved. A courier has left it in a trunk.
Also, I'm just saying, the newer models here and the extra polygons just kind of make them look even more whack and janked. Like, for real, for real. I mean, before it was obviously just 4.5 triangles to make up their slanty, squinty eyes, but now I can just see how sunken in and Winnie the Pooh-esque these Ching Chong people will be looking in this game.
Yeah, but look at Woozie. He's looking good.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was T-posing. You know, you almost have the funny number. If you can get exactly $800, or if you can get exactly $180.
You mean $1,800?
No. You just need 180 to make it 420. Oh. Now, you could do 20,800. No. 28,180, and then you could get 69,420.
You know, that'd be pretty tight.
I bet it would. But you know what else is tight? A can of Pringles, a sponge, and a latex glove.
Shit.
Or a vacuum cleaner.
Shit. No, I've upgraded. I got one of them electric rechargeable. You put your ding dong in it, and it vibrates, and it's got like roller motors that like move around in the end of it, and it gets hot, like it warms up. It's cool.
Mm.
And it's pretty easy to clean. Like it's big and I don't know. It's definitely better than some of my other toys that I have owned. It is definitely of a higher quality.
I definitely have manufactured a few improvised exploded in devices, or IEID, if you will. And some of them had success, some of them didn't. 95% of the time, either way, I just ended up wink myself.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, dude, if you have to work that hard, I mean, like, it kind of just takes it out. Which is kind of why I don't think rape ever actually happens. Like, dude, do you know how hard it is to maintain a ding-dong, like, while you're actively having to flex every other muscle in your body? Like, if you didn't want it to happen, I mean, just keep resisting. I mean, like, it's that easy. If it happened, you kind of wanted it.
I mean, I will say this, and this might back up what you're saying a little bit. You know, back in the sometime middle school era, you know, back when hormones first started and...
Are we going to talk about the leg flexing trick to make the boner go away before you have to stand up and do a presentation?
Well, yeah. And the one that I found on my search of the internet was to, like, literally flex any muscle, like your arm or your leg or, like, anything. Just flex something for, like, a minute. Like, not even a minute. And it'll just kind of, the blood flow will stop.
This wasn't mostly applied in school. It was legit just, like, I would just get erections all the time, and they would just last so long that, like, I would... He drove into that. That's hot. That hurting. And so my options was beat my meat.
I've said this once before, and I'm going to say it again. That is not normal. That is, like, something that you've, like, I'm not saying, like, you're unhealthy or anything, but that's something that most people get checked out. That's not supposed to happen.
I mean, it's usually only says to go to the doctor whenever you're taking a pill, and then it does that. So if
it does it when you're not taking a pill, it would seem even worse, don't it? This is something that should only. This is something that happens when you take a pill and your pee-pee gets too hard. If it just happens without any extra help, that seems like a problem. That would be my take on it.
If my ding dong, sexually functioning male.
If my dingy dong got hard and just stayed hard for no reason to the point that it hurt, I would legit be like, something's wrong with me. Like, this is not okay. That would be my take. That's how I feel about it. That's why I say that to you every time you bring it up. That cannot be good for you. It cannot.
I mean, that is what led into the realization of just flex my leg as hard as I can, and then make it go away, and then I try and distract myself with other physical activity to where it would be more difficult for that to happen. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just a Giga Chad, a wiener that could please an entire tribe of batty milfs. Like, I could. My nickname wasn't the 715 for no reason.
Listen, I've had my little ding-a-ling get hard and stay hard for longer than I feel like it needed to. But it has never hurt from it. Like, that's the part, like, if it just happened and stayed there forever and, like, didn't hurt, then I wouldn't say nothing about it. It's that hurting part. That's the part that I think one would be worried about.
Okay, I think we both have different ideas of what hurt is. I mean,
is it literally causing you pain? Like, is it literally a pain? Like, not like a pain like, oh, this is annoying. Like a pain like, ouch, this hurts. Owie.
Well,
that's pain.
Well, there's different levels of that for me. There's, I mean, I guess it'd be more accurate to say it was a strong discomfort. Sometimes, like, I mean, it's literally just like there's just blood rushing in there that will not stay out of there, and it is just throbbing and pumping, and it just does that for so long. Like, it's literally making the muscle sore the same way as when you lift weights and you keep...
You gotta be fucking my whole ass right now.
Backflip.
Oh, that's great.
Alright, we're gonna safely catch.
Oh no, we can. Oh my god, I forgot. We don't need his car. Oh my god, I thought I just fucked the mission. I didn't.
Hey, your battery's almost at the funny number.
Oh shit, you seen that?
And it's at the funny number. Nice. Anywho.
I forgot, with the screen share, you actually see everything on my PlayStation, not just the game. The stream only sees gameplay. They don't see the menus or any of that.
But anywho, if you were someone that properly worked out, you would know that just having a lot of pumping going on into your muscles will eventually make them sore and hurt. And if my ding dong was just on a ravaging theme that just could only be satiated by a thing I did not have access to, well, then yeah, it's eventually going to be a throbby hurdy. It's not like, ouch, I'm in excruciating pain, or like, oh, this is a sharp sting of where something's clearly wrong, there's a vessel bursting. It's just so much blood flow into it that it is just sore, and it's not being given a chance to relax because it's just staying hard.
I mean, that does make it sound healthier than what I was originally imagining.
Yeah,
while I do know...
struggle to be able to properly articulate that to you, but...
I have worked out in my life. I do know what that sensation is like. I don't go out of my way to feel it. But I do know it.
Oh, I wasn't saying you as in you, but you as in the audience.
I mean, how do you know what the audience knows or don't know?
Well, it's, again, one of those proverbial metaphoricals, like, you being any and or a individual whose it has not done the working out would then not know and or understand what I'm talking about. But if you are an individual who does meet that criteria, then you do know what I'm talking about. It's circumstantial. If you know, you be knowing. If you don't know, then you don't be knowing. Yeah. Jinx, you owe me a 10th blowjob.
Totally did not say the same thing.
On my screen, we did.
So, anywho's, back to my initial list of things. Alright, number 1, music. Wait, no, I already had 3 things to complain about, and then you said music. And now I'm only remembering 2 other things.
One of them already being the music, so there is a secret third thing you don't remember it.
Well, no, like I said earlier, I wasn't even going to mention the music. That was not on my list. I had 3 things. Music was not one of them.
Do you remember the other 2?
Yes. It was the first one. Yes. Specifically...
Can you prove it in a court of law?
Yep. So...
Nice.
The one thing, which is specific to San Andreas, that is significantly worse than the originals, is the dance and lowrider little mini-games. The rhythm-based mini-games, the dance and the lowrider, what have you. The button inputs are no longer in sync with the music, and there are less of them. It's kind of dumb and stupid and gay. Don't like
really
that.
Don't know what you're talking about. I never did any of that stuff in the game, so it kind of doesn't really pertain to me and my interests.
Okay. Well...
I hope you know I am at any given time completely dependent on whether or not I feel like it makes for better content, just being a contrarian.
Well, I do know for a fact that I mean, I don't know how much of San Andreas and stuff you played. I know you didn't play them as much as I did.
Yeah, my stepdad kind of kept selling any and all entertainment devices I had to buy crack.
So, given that...
I got a Wii from my grandmother for Christmas one year, and a week and a half later I was coming back and he was just gone. And it was, oh yeah, he sold it.
Damn.
Freaking my Christmas gift.
Yeah, that's very shitty, actually.
Yeah.
The the third thing, which is across all 3 games of the definitive trilogy, and this will impact your opinion and your impressions and your take on it, they removed every rebel flag from all 3 games. Which all 3 games had them.
Cringe.
And even in Vice City, a game that came out in the year 2002, if you went into Phil Cassidy's trailer at his scrapyard, you could walk in his back room and you would see a rebel flag, and on it said heritage, not hate. And I was like, damn, like, they had that back in 2002? I was like, that's cool. Like, I thought that was pleasant and positive and, you know, good-spirited. But nope, they took that out. There was a good handful of rebel flags in San Andreas in background and on certain characters and whatnot.
There
and
were
they're all
plenty
gone.
of good country areas that felt alive and lived in. As a person from the South, I can attest that OG San Andreas was a good representation of the Southern hospitality in its designated regions and interactions.
And I will say this, I don't know, I'm not... I don't know what all these young cats were raised on nowadays. I was never trained. Yes, trained, that's the right word. I was never trained to think that the rebel flag was anything evil or that it stood for slavery or war or any... Like, that was just a good old, hey, that's someone who's proud of where they live or where they come from.
Here's what the rebel flag always meant to me. It meant it was a representation of Southern culture. What is the South as far as I know? Now, keep in mind, our region area demographic was pretty low in melanin-induced individuals. And guess what? They were kind of talked to and treated just as good and fine as anybody else. If there was a punk and a hoodlum, they was treated like a punk and a hoodlum, just like a white guy or Mexican or whatever.
It don't matter.
It was
You act ignorant.
genuinely whoever you were. And most of the in my travels across this entire country, non-southern places, and yeah, Texas is not southern. Okay, it's literally just California 2.0.
I don't consider Texas
Southern
the real South.
Southern people are kind. They're not nice. They're kind. There is a difference. All right. To give a little example, you call up someone who's nice, say, "Hey, I'm out on Highway 60, like a mile and a half out from town, and I got a flat tire." Yeah, all right. You call up a nice person, like, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, sweetie. Maybe you can call up AAA and they can come get you taken care of." "Oh, you don't have it? Oh, that's well, I hope it all works out for you." Now, the Southerner, the kind one, you idiot, why don't you have your spare tire? Do you not have a jack on? All right,
Give me 5 minutes, I'll
45
be
minutes.
there.
I'll come get you, but you owe me a beer afterwards, all right? But guess what? They'll give you a little bit for it, but they're friends. They got your back. They will help you out any way that they can. And guess what?
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna have some good home cooking whenever you get back. Maybe with some nice farm quality, locally sourced meats and vegetables and all that good stuff. And then Meemaw's gonna come in with her massive quadruple D sized titties and be like, "Oh, hey there, Sonny, how sweet of you to come on by, get over here," and it's like literally smother your entire torso with their old lady boobies. And guess what? You feel like you're at home. That's the South to me. As far as the flag being called the rebel flag, it was always just, hey, screw big government, screw the law or the man over here just desecrating your rights, your way of life, none of which was pertinent to me or anybody about blacks being bad and we should bring black slavery, yada yada. That is just not what any of that was. And as anyone listening here can attest that the government's kind of been sucking a lot
And I
for a
just
long
want to,
time, and especially here recently.
and I just want to point out, yeah, I rock my rebel flags. I make jokes. I say things sometimes. But, like,
Oh, look at all
if I was...
textures not loading in. Never happened in the original San Andreas. All the textures were there at all times.
Alright, now, while I'm not going to defend what just happened, I will say that your statement about that not happening in the original is definitely not true.
I mean, I guess your PS2 just sucked, You got that Wish.com before Wish.com. You had MySpace Marketplace PS2s.
Shit. But, no, look. Yeah, I say some dumb shit. I rock my rebel flags, yada yada. But ask yourself this, okay, audience? If I was a true racist, not someone just getting called racist because people don't know. If I was a true racist, right, and I didn't like black people or Mexican, it don't matter.
What
if I was
do you call the people in the first place?
First off, yeah, good point. Firstly, secondly, would my favorite video game, one of my favorite video games of all time, consist of a protagonist who is a man of color who you have to play as, you have no options? If I was like a real racist, why would I play a video game where you are literally playing the story of a black man getting out of the ghetto, making something for himself, getting big money, being successful, and then, like whenever his brother is like, hey man, you suck, this is supposed to be about the streets, and he's like, nah homie, I grew up. That is nothing but a positive, pleasant, beautiful story of a black man coming out the streets, making a name for himself. If I was a true racist and I didn't like the black people, would I support this type of behavior? Would I take place in it?
As a white man in the South, I mean, we know plenty of individuals, young boys who grew up in a trailer trash community and came from a bunch of meth heads. I was like, you know what, me, mom, papa, I ain't going to be selling crank or speed, okay? I'm going to go and get me an education and I'm going to make something for myself. And then he goes and he gets a degree in agriculture and makes a farm and ends up in a number. Guess what? Same exact story. And we can relate to that. Like, see, we're both just victims of unfortunate circumstances. And guess what? We both rose up to the occasion and worked our way out of it through our own efforts and the grace of God.
Shit. Ooh. I usually...
we were racist, we'd be like, oh, poor white man victim, probably because of all them blacks and the Democrats taking everything from the... No. We recognize what's real, and we disapprove of that fake, yeezy-ass haircut.
Yeah. Maybe if you got rid of that, you might get some bitches on your dick. And maybe, just maybe even, Tanya might call your ass up. If, and only if, I really have to stress only if, she stops fucking with that brain surgeon. Or that lawyer.
But no, you're going to keep it, and you're just going to go over, and you're just going to drive some tow trucks around.
Yeah, so it's all about your decisions in life. Your decisions, your outlooks. I've personally never looked at another human being and race ever be any kind of determining factor for anything. any assumptions, no, like, you is who you is. You do what you do. You do good stuff, I think you're a good person, I'm gonna respect you. It don't matter what fucking, you could be purple. Preferably, if you're a woman and we're about to be intimate, I hope you're purple. But that's a different thing. You know what I'm saying, Grizz?
Yeah, I was just about to call it for tonight. Oh yeah, I'm nice and stuff. I'm full. I think I'll sleep I ain't kept you up.
No, that's my normal.
Yeah, I suppose you take them to say thank you.
I'll see you later, man.
Yeah, they got me. I ate that one slice that dugout, and finished up that. I'm nice and full. I'm feeling well nutrition. Sleepiness. You got that. Okay.
Yeah, it's a shame I must thank you.
It didn't bother me. But, I mean, it's still pretty much acting like pasta that's for the governor, and then you blend it in good with the mozzarella. Good stuff. It wasn't right, but it just wasn't as good as we know it. Oh yeah, the flavor honestly gets better every single time. Text with and it was just for the vegetables. Me too. Yes, man. We got cooking to do tomorrow.
Are you black?
Okay, I'm black.
I knew it.
Catalina, is that you again?
What was the last thing you heard me say?
The last get some it was Latanya may call your ass up if you ever stop fucking around with that doctor, brain surgeon, lawyer nigga, or better yet, it was that conversation.
Okay, well that was pretty much, I stopped there and I was like, I said something to you and I didn't hear nothing, and then I heard you talking to your nana, and I was like, oh, I see what's happening.
Yeah, I was just taking my dish upstairs, let the dog lick it up.
But anywho, yeah, so
but yeah, like we ain't real racist. Rebel flag don't mean racism. We say and joke around with whatever you know where 85% of my racist humor came from? My black friends I grew up with. My black friends' parents were legitimately racist against other blacks. And they say, yeah, we all know those Tom Coon, Uncle Huck Finn, Negroes, whatever. I mean, they would talk some horrible, obscene things about other blacks. And they're just saying that's just based off of their actions and character.
Oh, yeah.
I acknowledge the difference between a good, upstanding African-American citizen and some hood rat monkey. And I also acknowledge the difference in a good, upstanding, white male man, not mailman, but a male, who is also a man, and some trailer trash tweaker selling weed laced with fentanyl. Like, there's whoever you are and however you contribute to your community is what determines what kind of person you are and what people think of you, at least where we're from.
Oh, yeah. So,
I mean, I grew up around genuine racists, like legitimately, they just hated non-whites just because they weren't white. That was, and I have experienced blacks or people of other races. There's racism anywhere, any group that you can think of. I don't like genuine racism. I mean, now I can definitely point out I don't like the behavior of a massive target demographic, mostly contained to certain areas, but I'm just referring to the average there. And now I may have bias in my mind. Everyone has bias in their mind. If I see a black man and he carries a certain kind of attitude, look, and demeanor, I might think, oh, he's probably like one of them. But that's based on, statistical trends, my own experiences, and just a general pattern. If I see a black man, got him some clean jeans, got him nice, plain colored shirt, he talks all the time, I respect him. He's got him a job, and he gained us time. He's all right. And then the same thing to white people who look like, they almost popped an eyeball out from shooting up or getting an eye infection from cutting out too many tabs. It's just how you present yourself as a trashy individual. It's punk stuff. Don't care about nobody. I ain't gonna trust you.
Yeah.
Have we ever had such a long sequential sequence of just legit real conversation on stream?
I mean,
watch this one be the one that gets gets taken down.
Right, second strike right here. I literally expressed how we shouldn't be getting strikes. And by the way, that's another fun thing to talk about. Community guidelines. Why do we have them? Why do I need to follow them? I don't like it.
It'd be one thing if it was all nice and clearly laid out, if you was explaining exactly what it is you did wrong and why. No, you do one thing in one stream that could easily be identified as problematic. Nothing happens there. And then you do another stream that was all good and wholesome, and then they take that down, and they don't even let you look at it or tell you, or if they do tell you, they done got rid of it. It's like, what's the point? You're just going to take it down whenever you feel like, so, why bother?
I mean, I just don't, okay, like, the whole thing is we don't want to offend people, right? We don't want to offend whatever demographic you can think of. They're trying not to offend any, except whites. You are allowed to offend white people all you want.
I mean, I don't want to genuinely hurt anyone or tell someone they're worthless for anything other than their character, who they are. It's all just jokes, and I'm pretty sure in one of the streams that got taken down, we actually did have a good, decent conversation about, hey, this is all just jokes. It's all just poking fun. Everyone gets it, but, we don't really or genuinely think this way or that. No, I took that down. We didn't even say anything that offensive in there.
Right.
I think they hate actual positive and encouraging dialogue. So this stream's definitely getting taken down. And they're going to take it down for black prostitution in San Andreas.
Honestly. But no, like, why, okay, like, you don't want to, okay, but what if I don't care about offending people? Because I don't. Like, I'm just going to do what I do, and, like, if someone's offended, I don't care.
Okay, I'm saying I don't care about just someone just taking offense to what I'm saying. But my goal in this isn't to just specifically just be mean and downputting on.
If you were talking, you just cut out. I mean, you were talking, and now I'm hearing nothing. And it didn't. Okay, now I hear you again. Dude, I missed a solid 15, 20 seconds of that.
Oh.
Because you just cut out and heard nothing at all.
I said, like, I don't care if I say something, someone just decides to take offense to that. You know, my goal isn't to just directly be mean and hurtful or spiteful to someone who hasn't done anything to warrant it or deserve it. I make a comment or an out of pocket joke. That's all it's meant to be. Someone just decides to be offended. But I'm not over here just trying to just be dogging an individual and being like, you're worthless and you should just die legitimately for no actual sin or transgression. I'm saying whatever I want. Don't take offense on it. I think shovel thieves or rise don't shine. I mean, you're kind of too much of a sensitive snowflake back and just want to be hurtful to people for no reason. So I feel like you would align up with that sentiment.
I mean, I kind of go out of my way to try to hurt people's feelings sometimes, but not all the time. Definitely sometimes.
I feel like there's a reason for it, though. I'm not saying it's a valid or justified, but there is at least a flow of logic there.
I mean, I also, like, not in, like, trying to be racist or anything like that, but, like, just being offensive to, like, human nature as a whole, I kind of have the...
Oh, well, that's more just a critique on, the human condition in the worst places that it can take individuals. Again, I feel like it's more commentary on the inherent flaw of being human beings that some people allow to go up to the 11th degree.
See, it's kind of like... Okay, Marilyn Manson, right? It's not really a big deal anymore. If anything, he gets laughed at more now than ever, or anything else, but... You know, back in the 90s, early 2000s, he was a pretty popular dude and a pretty hated dude, right?
Yeah.
So I remember I've watched quite a few interviews with him because I'm a big Marilyn Manson fan. I love his music. I think he's pretty cool as a person. He calls his mom like every day. Like, that's respectable. That is fact, by the way. I didn't just make that up. But in one of the older interviews, they're like, you make this music. He's like, a lot of, some of it can be considered offensive, yada yada. And he's like, well, yeah. It's like, it is offensive. I do that on purpose. He's like, why? He's like, well, why? What do you get out of that? And he's like, because it makes people think. He's like, there's nothing that makes someone think about their life and their decisions and their feelings more than getting offended.
It was like a 90s Nickelodeon cartoon about some animated duck chicken dude. And he went out on a comedy stage and he was like, come on, we're all rational thinking humans of jokes. Adults, jokes should challenge the way they wake. They should offend you. You should dare to be offended. That means you're a living human being. It's a chance for you to reflect and look on yourself. Like he did a whole bit on legit just that segment with Marilyn Manson or Monroe, whatever. I really don't. I am not someone. I'll just say I don't care enough to have it locked in my head. I will mix those two up plenty of times. Don't
Funnily
mean to.
enough,
It's
funnily
not
enough, Marilyn Manson, obviously that's not his real name. His real name is Brian something. I don't remember his last name. His first name is Brian. When he came up with his stage name of Marilyn Manson, this was also in an interview that I've watched. He simply combined his two favorite names of the two names of his favorite famous people in his era, right? And those two names were Marilyn Monroe and Charles Manson. And that's how he came up with Marilyn Manson. True fact.
cool.
So just the fact that you accidentally called him Marilyn Monroe was like, oh, but wait a minute.
So in my I actually achieved archaic esoteric knowledge.
Yes.
Sweet.
The lore was on point.
I might be stupid, but I'm a freaking genius.
Honest.
I mean,
damn
that's
it.
honestly how the majority of good stories start out. What is up with his elbow? Oh my goodness, that looked a little ugly.
Can you swim well?
No, I can't.
So I'm gonna have to like go swimming for like 20 minutes or so, like IRL time, to build his lung capacity up to do this mission. That's fun.
I don't know how you're gonna do that with this character. Is there a DLC to get Michael from GTA 5 in here, or the dude from Vice City, or the dude from GTA 4?
Okay, so I was almost. You're aware that I'm currently playing the first GTA that you could swim in, right?
I am aware of the actual game mechanics of those. I was just making a funny hee hee hoo ha
No,
based on.
I know. I know
Yes,
what you were doing.
every other GTA up until this point, if you touch water, you die.
Hey, Caesar. The Yay leaving San Fierro.
I like how I didn't actually stand up from that. I just kind of phased.
Not right now.
You
I gotta check into some shit.
like do. I get up, do. But just like instantly.
Yeah. You know, I might get knocked down, but I'll get up again. Oh, wait a minute. Where's the usual? I've got a usual spot that I swim at. Where is it? It's somewhere around here.
I wish my canker sores would go away.
Yeah, I bet that'd make you pretty happy. You started watching my screen. Haven't you been watching my screen?
I have been. I mean, I was in the PlayStation app this whole time, and then I switched to a different app, but I am still watching you on my TV.
I mean, it literally just popped up. Like, it just said you started watching my screen. I was like,
I mean, I've been commentating on what is literally happening at the same time.
I'm aware.
I've been watching. But it's funny that brings that up after I closed out the app. Well, I didn't close it, but it's background effect of the app, which I use in order to communicate. And only after I'm using it at this moment, then it says, oh, hey, he's watching.
I legit Where that lit up like that? I thought there was a ramp there. There's not. Oh, well, this isn't my usual spot, but it'll work.
Just a... Now, what...
Alright, I don't know what you're doing, but you're cutting out.
Wasn't it a thing in one of the GTAs, like, the older ones, where, like, you could see dolphins in the water?
Yeah, that's this one.
Sweet. Can you fuck them?
No, but, we can only hope in GTA 6. No, there's, like...
First GTA 6, next real life.
Like, there's dolphins and, like, schools of fish. There's jellyfish, turtles, and stuff in this one. They're literally, like, if you can, somehow...
Sharks?
No, I don't think there were sharks in this one. I don't think.
But is there in this one?
No. I've never seen one in San Andreas. Any version of San Andreas. Other than the version of San Andreas that is in GTA 5, which is, like, severely short. I remember when GTA 5 was, like, not out yet, but getting ready to come out, and, like, you know, rumors and trailers and stuff in that era. I remember when it became a known fact that GTA 5 was only going to be Los Santos in the desert, I was very disappointed. Like, why? You're just gonna forget about San Fierro and fucking Las Venturas? Like, San Fierro, like, I don't know. I thought that sucked. Now, obviously, GTA 5 came out, and while technically, yes, it is only Los Santos and the Blaine County desert region, it's still a pretty big fucking map. I mean, at least for 2013.
I don't know how to tell you this, but it's been 10 years.
Yeah, maps have gotten bigger. I know this. I said a pretty big map for 2013.
Wait, did they have to make the campaign map bigger?
No. What are you talking about?
Honestly, at this point,
they have never updated the map, like the map itself, like inside. No, they've never done that at all, online or single player.
So, therefore,
it is still the same size.
It's been 10 years, and they've not made it any bigger. They could have. So, essentially, it is a 2023 game. And it's tiny in comparison to what it could be.
In the year of 2023, yes.
And also, they have a bunch. They pulled the and they took Rockstar and they put a bunch of women on the team, and they're all gay. So, instead of gamers making a GTA game, it's a bunch of people who hate gamers, who don't play games, making a GTA game.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still going to buy it.
In it, and they made it gay.
I mean, I can talk all the shit I want about GTA 6. I'm going to have it, most likely the day it comes out. And I'm going to play it before they do a single update. Just like I do pretty much every game. I try to make a point of that. I try to play games before I let them update, so that way I can play the game the way it was meant to be played. Because, I'm sorry, I come from the era of where games didn't update. When they came out, they were fucking done. So I'm going to play the unupdated version of the game if that is an option, which with discs it usually is. If you're downloading a game, it's not. But like, I can delete a game and turn the Wi-Fi off on my PS5 and put a disc in and play the OG what the game was before any changes, and be like, yeah, just like I did the Definitive Trilogy. It's exactly what I did. And you know what? Vice City and 3, right from the rip, they were good. They really didn't do much of those afterwards. San Andreas definitely had some problems. You know, there was the famous, like, one of the least problematic bugs was one of the most famous ones, which makes no sense to me. The Invisible Bridge. One of the bridges out in the wilderness of San Andreas would be invisible. It was still there. You could walk across it, you could drive across it. It was invisible. But everybody threw a fit about it. No, okay, but like, I didn't see anyone complaining about the fact that there was literally a story mission that you would undoubtedly have to do about 10 times before it completed, simply because a certain group of AI enemies wouldn't spawn, and because they didn't spawn, it wouldn't go to the next cutscene, and you would just sit there and have to reload your game because it's... No. See, that's the problem I had with the game. Nobody else talked about that. That's the problem I had with it. No, everybody wanted to talk about that stupid invisible bridge that was still there. You just couldn't see it. And then, oh, tire smoke looks ugly. Oh, the rain was ugly. Oh, the blah, blah, blah. And I'll say this. The rain before they updated it was much better than after they updated. I would much rather have the original rain in this game, in all 3 definitive editions, than the fucking updated rain. The rain in the games when they came out looked real. It was thick, it was heavy, it was loud. You couldn't, I mean, it looked like a real rainstorm. Now it looks like little fucking lines.
Oh, but don't worry. Like, a literal, essentially game-breaking bug, which
Nobody
made it
talked
so
about
you
that.
could not progress the story. Oh, that's fine.
Like, I won't deny that you know, especially not the other 2 as much, but San Andreas especially had problems when it came out. Yes. But, like, and the fucked up thing is, like, I see the videos, like, I know there are problems, like, people falling through the map all the time. I seen the videos. Obviously, it was happening to them. Guess what I've never had a problem, even before the updates, guess what I never had a problem with in any 3 games? I never once fell through the map. It simply just did not happen to me.
You remember in GTA 5, pretty early on, there was that one, like, section by a pier that if you, like, crouch walk down while hiding up against the wall, you could just infinitely climb up surfaces and you would not fall back down.
Yes, I do remember that.
Good old times. I know why they patched that out, but it would have been cool if they did.
Honestly. Alright. I should have enough lung capacity now.
Well, Mr. 9, I am going to turn my PS5 off.
Okay.
And I'm probably also going to climb into bed. Now, I might be able to chit-chat a little bit longer, but night time is approaching.
He's gonna pass out on the live stream, just like I did that one time.
Very well might.
Except that was alcohol-induced. This one's not. This is the natural EP sleepies.
I mean, I worked out pretty hard for a few hours today, and then I came home and took a pretty much ice cold shower, And then I ate me a big, nutritious meal. I exercised my brain by having such.
Mm.
What y'all want this time?
You have cut out again, my friend. If you're talking, I'm not hearing it. Oh, I can't voice chat with you because of a network error. That's nice.
And I'm gonna hope that whenever
Oh,
I
you're
wake
back.
up, I've been back.
Again, there was a good 10, 15 seconds there that I missed.
Okay, I think I know what it is. I think whenever I walk into the laundry room, either it's the concrete walls or something, but I mean, I am entering a different room. That seems to be the correlation. Anywho, I'll repeat. Went to gym, worked out a few hours, came home, cold shower, had a protein and creatine shake before that. Then showered, and then had nice, good dialogue and discourse with the homie Mr. Nine.
Oh, yeah.
Had a big, nutritious meal, and now, and I can't stress this enough, I said that exact same thing, and only now, I feel the EP spirits.
Yes.
I will say, I noticed that your mic was quiet when I walked in there, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. There's something.
Very nice, very nice. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead, after this mission, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream and probably go ahead and hop off here for the night.
Hell.
But I'm gonna finish this mission, because I already started it.
And finishes what he starts. That's why you never let me have a bottle of liquor. If you're wanting to, savor it.
Yeah, unless it's some whipped cream vodka or something.
I mean, I'll still drink it. Listen, if it's given to me, I'll drink it. You ain't gotta lead this horse to water. Bill, you just tell him he has to accept it. He'll take it.
I'm following a train, but it's not that follow a train.
Train on the water, boat on the tracks. There's a tree by the I'm EP, I'm sleepy. Only thing I'm missing is I Scrooge up Sleepy Man's nightgown cap and a candle holder with a lit candle in it. More EP asleep.
I think I'm smelling what you're stepping in.
Shit, you might even be picking up what I'm throwing down. Sadly, it is a baby.
Well,
Not sadly. It was instant.
Well, that's good.
I can assure you, it was cruelty-free, and they felt not a thing. Unlike Houston Hudson, pinch a dog's head off with an extremely dull maul.
That was Joseph Fuller.
No, Houston Hudson was definitely involved. I mean, I don't mean like he definitely. No, it was Joseph Fuller, but Houston Hudson was somewhere involved there. I don't know if it was his dog, or if he was just there jacking off to a dog dying, or what. I don't know. But they were there.
I don't remember hearing anything about him being there, but I don't doubt it. I do remember hearing that Mr. Joseph cut a dog's head off for, like, no good reason, and I, like, asked him about it. I was like, hey. And he was like, yeah. And he was like, well, it was sick. It was going to die anyways. I was like, okay. I don't think that makes it any better.
Like, you're telling me a single bullet was just too expensive. If that was just necessary to put it down.
You know, Joseph Fuller was one of them dudes. When we were little, me and him were tight. Fucking, like 4, 5, 6 years old, we was tight. And then, I will tell you this, when I was dating Anne Frank, he pissed me off. Because, like, he would always be like, oh, he'd be like, I'll take her from you, all this and that. And I'd be like, yeah, whatever. Which it never happened. But he did know her. He knew her dad. And one day he looked at me, he's like, her dad's a scary dude, ain't he? I was like, no. And he's like, what? And he's like, big, you know, I was like, do you not remember, like, most of my family? No. Her dad is, like, the least scary person that I know. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you a little bitch? You're scared of a fucking short man who's a little stocky and has a heart condition? I'm sorry. All I gotta do is punch him in the chest and his fucking ribcage will fall apart.
I know this isn't related, but shout out to Jesse Lowry.
Yeah, he had open heart surgery too. He got punched in the chest real hard by a truck.
No, it was a smart car.
Oh. No, it's not, because if it was a smart car, it wouldn't have been a hit and run. It would have totaled that fucking car.
Well, that's kind of just how fragile Jesse Lowry was.
Don't matter how fragile he was, that bicycle he was on should have been tougher than a smart car.
Okay, you look me in the eye and you tell me that he was not so poor that he was able to afford a bicycle. That man tried to charge me $10 for a French fry. He was that poor.
I mean, the man got ran over on a bicycle, regardless of how he acquired it. That is what happened. He was on a bicycle and got hit by a car or a truck or something. I don't know.
Listen, according to the Chloe Hicksons and the other popular bitch, Peyton Panning, whatever the hell, that only they're women and they just demand to have everything be about themselves. He died. They acted all sad, and it was pretty consistent that he was hit by a smart car, because I specifically made the joke of, dude, imagine being such a bitch you get hit by a smart car and die. If I got hit by a smart car, I'd be sent to freaking Mechanicsville for
okay, well,
auto body work. and I would only get bottle of Jack, so that
Well,
I could just sleep the headache off of just having to deal with it. There would be no damage to me. The car would be totaled.
alright, well, dumb, wannabe, preppy slut Chloe Hickson. I don't know where it was a hit, and they don't know who did it. They never found out. They don't know who did it. They don't know what kind of car it was.
I beg your pardon. Wait, hold on. You're telling me legit basically just murdered?
It was
And
a hit and run, and as far as to my knowledge, first off, when were you talking to Chloe Hickson after school?
Never.
Because he died he died in like 2018, 29. We were out of school. We were graduated when he died. It did not happen while we were in school. No, we were out of school. It happened in either 2018 or 2019. No, I'm telling you, this is not questionable, Anthony. We were graduated.
I don't give a fuck whether you think it's questionable or not. I'm just telling you, I don't know.
And I'm giving you the answer. It happened in either 2018 or 2019.
That's kind of conflicting with some of my memories. I'm not saying why, so therefore I don't know. I almost don't care enough. I'm not gonna look it up. I don't even have a Facebook or nothing to try and find out. You can go and look it up. I ain't gonna read it.
I mean, if it was as easy as just Googling his name, I would. Just to prove it. Even though you wouldn't read it, because you don't care. Also, you're sleepy.
I mean, the point is, when I first moved down here, I was the only person in the entire school that was actually friends with him. And we was both in the anger management program, whatever. Just because I grew up in a shitty home life, and then as soon as I moved up here, or down here, I should say, I no longer behaved and acted out the way that I did. But I was nice with him. I was cool with him. And then he started saying that he could talk to demons and dragons and doing rituals and shit. And then it got caught that he had a diary full of a list of people, 2 different lists. One of which he wanted to rape them to death, and then another list that he just wanted to kill them. They found that. They questioned him on it. It was confirmed, and then they just let him back into class anyways. And then he also tried charging me $10 for a French fry that I took off of his tray. I asked. I said, "Can I have a French fry?" He said, "Yeah." I ate it. He was like, "That'll be $10." So I'm like, "Haha, good one." And no, he was pretty serious about it. I'm like, "You can actually fuck off." And that was the day that I discovered that he was born with his heart outside of his chest cavity, and they had to cut him open and shove it back in him, because I kind of just playfully backhanded him in the chest, and he legit almost died from that. And that was the whole story of that. So then I was actually like, be fucked him. I mean, he's kind of weird and crazy. Pretty sure he also, there was during an assembly, Isaac Carter was there, Meg Landenhelm, Brady Hickson, there's a few guys from the football team, and he kind of just went like on a whole like elaborate planning of how he wanted to shoot the school up. And they goaded him on. It was like, "Oh, really? How exactly would you do it?" He's like, "Oh, I'd probably like fuck with like electric grid, cut the power lines first, and then I'd come in, and then I'd go through this classroom and this hallway, and I'd start there, and I'd take my routes through the here, and I'd shoot that." I mean, he went in detail.
My man.
And they was all asking, and like they was like, "Oh, really? And then what would you do? And then what would you do if this happened here and there?" And he had backup plans. The worst part of it, his plan was he was going to use 22 caliber revolver. That's what he was going to shoot the school up with. And then, like, not even kidding you, like 2 days later, the school lost power for like an hour.
Yeah, I mean, Jesse was quite the character. I'd never had anything against him. I mean, me and him went through phases. Like, when I first met him in middle school, that was when I first met, about the same time I met you, which would have been about the same time you were moving here in middle school years.
I moved in towards the end of 6th grade.
So, yeah, about middle, yeah, I mean...
No, I was just giving you the specification of exactly when I went to ACES. 6th grade was elementary school.
Let's see, I don't remember you from 6th grade at ACES at all. Like, I have no recollection of you ever before middle school.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just showed up. I think I was there for like last 2 or 3 months of the school year. And I mean, it was spread out, divided up into 3 long hallways that went down that had all different school rooms. I'm pretty sure mine was you walked in and it was all the way down at the right, and it was where the special needs anger management program room was. I'm pretty sure there was a guy, his name was Mr. Hades.
Mr. Hades.
And then there was one dude, he was kind of like a younger, almost looked like someone that would play, like, you know, legit play polo. And then there was some grungy country back out in the holler, cornbread fed his whole life looking guy who was the actual, you know, the tism wrangler. And they had the blue room that had matted pats in it that they would throw them in if they got too rowdy. And then, if we were really good and we all behaved, they'd let us go in there and wrestle each other. That was a jolly good old time.
Yeah, I never got to experience any of that.
But I mean, that's the way. I don't know which area you were in, but I was legit pretty much the last class. Like my homeroom, she taught science, and it was like the last or second to last classroom before the exit on that side.
I see.
So
actually, I almost think I might know which teacher you're talking about. But anyways, middle school, I meet you, I meet Jesse. Jesse's weird, but like he's cool with me, so I'm like, all right. Me and him would talk video games. He taught me how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. He gave me.
I stole his Yu-Gi-Oh cards. He left them in one of the desks. I'm pretty sure it was in the reading classroom, and I just placed my hands in there. I don't know if I was just resting them or if I was putting something in there, and I just found a full deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I was like, there's no assigned seats here. Yoink. Took that, and then the next day he was over here freaking out about his Yu-Gi-Oh cards were gone. All that. I'm like, oh man, that sucks.
I remember he gave me some at one point. Like, it wasn't even a full deck, but he gave me, like, a small stack of cards, and he taught me how to play with them. And then, like, I got a deck from Walmart, like a good deck, and, like, never played with it. Or with him. It might have been after you stole his cards.
He had dark chin and blue eyes. I'm pretty sure I still have one of them. I'm pretty sure I still have both. I said screw everything else, but I kept Blue Eyes and I kept Dark Magician, and it was the cool art versions of both of them.
Dude, I remember in last period in 7th grade, me and Jesse and Roger Johnson and Preston Coomer, before Roger got moved away because of some home problems.
Do you remember Dylan Webb?
Yes.
The fuck ever happened to him? Like, that was, like, my nigga.
I don't know what happened to, like, anybody from school, dude. Like, I kept in touch with you, Jacob, JoJo, and Red. That was literally it. Fucking
Well,
Red fucked off. JoJo, you know, he became a turd and I fucked his girlfriend. So I'm probably never going to talk to him again. I mean, it's you and Jacob are like the only two people from school I have any interactions with that I know anything about their current life. I don't know.
Oh, no, I mean, I'm not asking, like, what he's up to now. I mean, like, he legit just kind of disappeared before middle school was over. I'm pretty sure it was the second year of middle school that he just dipped.
I don't know.
If you don't know, you don't know. I mean, like, that was my nigga. He was, like, my first experience with, like, a twink femboy. Not that he was one, but he was very small and skinny, and I was much bigger than him. And I thought about, I could rape you if I wanted to. And he was like, huh, I suppose you could.
Yeah.
And then the conversation moved on. Like, I just wanted you to know. And I just wanted to know that you know. Anyhow.
But no, I don't know about that one.
It did not help that he liked to paint his nails black, and he embraced the jokes of like, faggot. And he'd be like, yeah.
I mean, I pretty frequently paint my nails black.
I mean, I'm not saying painting your nails makes you a faggot. I'm just saying he embraced the jokes that I made about it. Which kind of made me respect it more, because it's like, alright, fucking hey, you rock it, man. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's.
But yeah,
I think I'm gonna be here for.
No, dude, but no, check this out. I would bring a deck of playing cards to school, like regular, like, you know, poker cards, like a deck of poker cards, and me and Preston and Roger and Jesse, one day all sat down and cut out little circles out of pieces of paper and used them as poker chips, and we would sit there in last period and play fucking poker with our paper chips, and we'd throw like pencils in on it.
Nice.
And then, you know, that did stop after a while, for some reason. Oh, Jesse would always bother me to play my DSI.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
I eventually gave him mine, just because I felt bad for being poor. I had nothing.
I have somewhere, I used to know exactly where it was, and right now I don't. I had a little, he made like a little fucking thing, little like dude out of aluminum foil and string. And like he just gave it to me one day. I was like, what is this? And he's like, it's just a little guy I made. And I was like, okay. And I kept it. And it's still, it's not tore up. It's somewhere. I still have it. I'll find it one of these days on accident, and I'll be like, damn, that nigga's dead now.
And that's gonna summon him as a little gremlin creature.
Actually, now that I think about it, I have a pretty good idea of where I'm pretty sure it's at. Let's try to set... Alright, that'll be a good way to end the stream. Let's summon Jesse Lowry's spirit. That seems like good content, right?
I mean, you'll definitely get some clicks from the occult enthusiasts.
I mean...
Most cult enthusiasts are also hardcore gamers, so I mean, they probably like our streams.
I'm like actually looking for it right now. I remember also... Damn it! These stupid headphones, dude, they don't stay in my freaking ears for nothing.
Dude, there's a meme I'm looking at, and it's of a scene of a show in an episode that I had just watched like a day and a half ago.
Damn, when did I put all my mod boxes in here? I don't remember doing that.
Shoot.
I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mod boxes.
All of which could be used to make a pipe bomb.
Mm-hmm. Here, there's my yearbook. My mom's Grateful Dead flag. Old phone case. What's in here? Oh, I know what's in there. That sad time thing. That is also a sad time thing. Where's my Deadpool? Oh, I got a deck of Deadpool playing cards. That's pretty cool, right? God damn it. Why is it all the way over there? Alright, well, we'll just summon Jesse Larry next time.
I think a closing question from Mr. Most P, just a letter. How willing to let a girl pee on your face on camera are you?
I mean, you want me to answer, or is that a question for the audience?
Both.
I mean...
I'll give you my answer. It highly depends on how attractive she is.
That's fair.
A really hot girl? Absolutely.
Now,
I will tell her beforehand that once she does that, she's setting things into motion that cannot be stopped. So if she isn't ready to fulfill the requirements of those motions that's going to happen in her, she better make peace with whatever deity she believes in. But that is my answer to that question. If she's really hot, very much so.
I'm going to agree with that. That would definitely be a major determining factor.
I mean, I'm going to, I'm immediately going to town on her with, 400% effort. And I'm definitely going to shower immediately afterwards. But I'd be down. I mean, I don't want that to happen, but, not necessarily. I just don't want my face peed on, but if she is hot, she's wanting to do that, I'm then going to have sex with her. There's just going to be too much stuff going on.
That's not going to not happen.
If she wants to do that, I'm going to do that. That is the arrangement.
I found it.
Oh my god, we can summon.
I found all my tape
loud.
decks too that I was trying to show you that one day that I couldn't find. Here they all are.
Oh shit.
Sweet. And my flywheel. Do you remember flywheels?
I think so.
It was a little, you had a little tire, and back in the day they were real, name brand rims and tires, but they quit doing that after a while. But you had a little handle, and it had a ripstick, like a Beyblade, except it was a rubber tire on a little plastic wheel, and you ripped it, and it spun real fast, and when it hit the ground, it fucking took off.
I definitely remember that.
Yeah, I had a bunch, dude, when I was little, I had a bunch of those, dude, and I loved them, and I only have one left. I lost all the other ones throughout the years. Yep, here's Jesse's little dude, little ding-a-ling he made. It's not very human looking. I don't
You should
know
totally,
what...
like, set it on fire.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Pussy.
Dude, this is like a freaking treasured memory, dude.
Well, would it be a more treasured memory if, because of his sacrifice to the smart car, that then led you to having that cherished relic, that if you then set it on fire and maybe some like cool supernatural spooky stuff happened around it and you got it on camera, it immediately got you like 20,000 subscribers and a loyal audience, like, wouldn't that be worth it?
I mean, that'd be cool, but without a guarantee that that's going to happen.
I can guarantee it.
Alright, well, listen here, buddy. I'm not gonna burn it. I am, however, gonna kill this stream.
You should nut on it.
I'd be more out to do that than burn it. At least I'd still have it.
You should let me nut on it.
I don't really want to, because then the nut to little thing ratio is going to be way heavier on the nut side than I really want it to be.
Oh, dude, especially, like, I've not jerked it in a good while, and every time I have before was also a good while, and I've been taking me some good proper zinc supplements, and I've been working out. Dude, if I pop a boner, and if I end up being too weak to not resist, I am blasting a golf ball size hole through the ceiling.
Very nice, very nice.
I've had like a good solid 15-second nut that was just like a constant stream. Like it was an exciting experiment. I was doing it on purpose. I did 2 weeks, did not beat off once, took zinc every day, and then I was like, all right, today's the day. And I went, and I spanked it, and I mean, it was just... I mean, it splashed all over the scene. It got on the walls. I had to clean up for a good solid 20 minutes to get it all. And my man, it was a satisfying experience that then got tainted with the haunting consequences of my actions. I should have just had a baby on hand.
Alright.
And on that note.
Oh, yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one.